counter. Okay, I'm good. Thanks. All right, now, everybody, we need you to bring the energy today. Get up on your feet, because it's time to start the Cassandra Show!
The Cassandra Show, my TSS tribe, y'all. We just got to pause for a moment and say we love y'all. Listen, we have an amazing show for you today, so go ahead and get all comfy, grab that bubbly beverage, and let's get this show started. Let's get it started. Yeah. Don't mess with me today, y'all. Listen, all right. It's time for our fan fave segment, where headlines get real, the noise gets filtered out, and we break it all the way down like only we can. So make sure the beverage has been poured, because we, the people, oh Lord, y'all, we are ready to sip this.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord. You know how we do it. Listen, the tea is being served. Now, this is a crossover we didn't see coming. Eddie Murphy just spilled the tea. His son, Eric, married Jasmine, the daughter of fellow comedy king Martin Lawrence. That's right, y'all. The sons and daughters of two Hollywood legends are now husband and wife.
What?
Come on! Forget the big Hollywood wedding. These two kept it low-key with a private church ceremony. No guests, no press, just vows and vibes. Eddie confirmed it on the Jennifer Hudson show with a laugh. We're in-laws now. Martin dodged the wedding bill, but a big party might still be on the way. Come on, Martin! Martin didn't pay for the wedding, y'all.
That's crazy.
He taught that girl well, didn't he?
There's going to be some funny kids.
I would have died.
My
Right?
gosh.
Can you imagine family reunions?
No.
Stop it!
No,
We got
Mama Biscuits.
Stop it.
Biscuits.
I'm excited about this. Congratulations to the couple. We are so excited, and we can't wait to see y'all together. Anyway, so under President Trump's new reign, Marco Rubio is cutting off Chinese students like it's Cold War 2.0. The new visa crackdown targets anyone connected to the Chinese Communist Party or studying anything techie like AI, biotech, or cybersecurity. You know, the top fields in the whole world right now that everybody's studying. Right. But if you're Chinese and you're studying it, you're in trouble. Your visas are getting ready to get revoked. Can you believe this? So applications under heavy screening. They are screening them so heavily, and America just sent a loud message. You're not coming here to learn and spy. National security over international study, period. What? What?
I'm so confused.
Is this where we are now?
Yeah.
Y'all, this is where we are. Anybody understand where we are now? What's going on? Why?
That doesn't make any
Are they
sense.
that much of a threat to us?
I guess so.
It comes from China.
I guess so.
Chris?
Yes.
You
I
just
didn't
happen
say
to have
this.
that so handy.
You know, every time. I love it.
Anyway, so that's the real deal. Let's move on to the next story. But this next story is still about President Trump. So President Trump's power play just got shut all the way down. Y'all, a federal court ruled he overstepped when he used emergency powers to hit other countries with broad tariffs. No more Liberation Day tax games without Congress say so. The decision could reshape how trade wars are fought, and it slaps a major dent in President Trump's 2025 economic playbook. His team plans to appeal, but the message is clear. No more freelancing with America's trade policies.
Right. China.
Ooh, what y'all got to say about that?
So this whole time he was just doing his own thing without Congress.
Well, that's what you can do. Yes, of course.
His own thing.
This whole time?
Yes.
Renegade.
Because the executive orders that he's signing, you can just sign those. I mean, a president can sign executive orders. Yeah. But did Congress say that you're going to put it into action is a whole nother thing.
Yeah, man.
So it was a whole back and forth. Y'all know we've been going back and forth with 145% taxes. And then we went all the way down to almost nothing. And now the courts are saying, child, please.
Oh, my God.
Hit him with
You
a nice
can't
smooth
do that.
job, please, too.
Listen, we respect the office of the president, but the president has to understand that there are powers and there are levels to this thing so that we don't have a government where one person is telling everybody in the whole world what to do and has the nuclear codes. No! It's a democracy.
It's not a democracy.
Thank you, Jesus, for a democracy.
There. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let's move on to this next story. Y'all, Hailey Bieber is officially that girl. She just sold her skincare brand Rhode to e.l.f. Beauty in a $1 billion deal. Yes, billion with a capital B. The clean girl aesthetic made her $200 million last year alone. And now she's walking away with $800 million up front and a shot at $200 million more. But don't get it twisted, y'all. Hailey's not stepping down. She's staying on as a chief creative officer and a big voice at e.l.f. From lip gloss to legacy, she just redefined what it means to win in beauty.
That's good.
Y'all, when I tell y'all this is heavy, y'all know the whole story, right?
No, I didn't know she even did this. I thought he met her at church.
I don't know where he met her,
I thought so.
but she's a bad girl.
Apparently.
So this is the very interesting part, though. Y'all understand the story that's been in the press about Justin, right?
Yeah.
And the money that he lost. He made close to $1 billion, and he lost $1 billion. Somebody said that he had so little money that he had to borrow his friend's credit card to play a game of golf. Now, he sold all of his music catalog for $200 million. And so he got that money, but look at what's going on. The same girl, the wife that he said she would never make the cover of a major magazine, I believe it was Vogue, he said she would never make it. Not only did she make Vogue, y'all, she just signed $1 billion deal.
Yeah.
And it's almost like the $1 billion he lost, his wife has gotten it back.
Come on.
He be being mean to her, too.
And he was not nice to her,
Yeah.
but he apologized on social media. I will take an apology.
For what he said?
He apologized. He said, obviously, I was wrong because here you are on the front of Vogue magazine.
Oh, I got to show you
sometimes
something.
you just overlook people and thinking you just underestimate the power of who's with you.
Yeah.
But sometimes God gives you a helpmate to help you.
Well,
You just lost $1 billion and look at your wife. Won't he do it? Can I just get an amen in here? When I tell you Hailey Bieber, Hailey done been through a lot of things. She done heard enough. She done been treated all kind of ways.
That's what I'm
but
talking about.
But at the end of the day, y'all, I think she got more money than Selena Gomez. I'm just gonna walk on go. Chris, she got more than Selena Gomez. Y'all better stop. Okay, with that being said, y'all, today,
Well, I was about to take off.
we have an incredible guest who's all about taking control of your life, breaking through barriers, and showing up unapologetically. From a troubled youth to a nationally recognized motivational speaker, Randy Simmons is here to inspire us with his story of transformation, discipline, and resilience. Y'all get ready to take some notes. This is one conversation you won't want to miss. Y'all, please welcome to the Lavender Couch, the one and only Mr. Randy Simmons! Ooh! Mr. Simmons is in the house. Hey,
Come on.
Come on! Hey, how are you?
I'm great. You look good.
So great to see you.
Let's do it. I love it.
Come on now. When I tell you, It's great to have you here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Your energy is insane. It's amazing.
I'm always off the chain, but honey,
me
you
too.
just match that thing.
Come on now.
I love it. I love it. So, Randy, you've overcome so many obstacles from a troubled youth to now being a leader in personal growth. What was that pivotal moment in your life when you decided, okay, enough is enough, and you took control of your future?
I mean, I had so many. I think the most impactful one was when I was facing 2 to 5 years in prison.
Get out.
Yeah, I think that was the most impactful. Obviously, I hit my head a couple times. I'm very hard-headed, and God has to, smack me in the back of the head.
Yes, my daddy say a hard head will bring a soft self.
Exactly. So I fell a couple times, but I think the most impactful was me facing the 2 to 5 years in prison.
I mean, that would be impactful in anybody's life.
Yeah.
I'm glad you listened. Let me see this book you
ma'am.
holding up.
Here we go
'Cause
now.
y'all, when you talk to him, you're just going to be like this the whole show.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to take your book and I'm going to put it right there.
Hey, 'Cause
I might need
they
you to
gotta see
clap
it.
your hands a little bit.
We can do that. We
I
can
may
make
need
some
you to
noise
make a
in
little
here.
noise
Come
up
on
in
now.
here. Okay, I love it. So listen, your book,
Yes.
No More Excuses, it emphasizes self-discipline and execution.
Yes.
Walk us through the first steps someone can take to break free from their own excuses and start making real progress in their life.
Well, the first thing I talk about is honesty, and honesty with self, right? That takes some accountability and looking in the mirror and saying, okay, who am I right now? How did I get this way? And what do I want to be? How can I improve? So I think looking at yourself in the mirror and taking that honest assessment is the first step.
It is, and it's the hardest step
It's the
too, isn't it?
hardest step.
Because nobody
Absolutely.
wants to be honest.
Right.
It's very few people who really want to look at themselves and like be straight up honest about
Exactly.
the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Exactly.
Right?
And now with social media, right, everything is a highlight reel. So we get to fake it without
Yes.
being honest.
Oh Lord, you better
So.
say it again. People out there faking it.
We get to
And
to
then
fake
you
it.
go home, and then it's a little.
Then you have to live. You have to deal and live with yourself and with your problems.
It's so true. Now, Randy, we finna do something that nobody else does.
Okay, I like
we
that.
finna go on a break, but it
Okay.
ain't like no break that anybody else knows about. Y'all, we going on a praise break for the
Uh-oh.
culture. Get us out of here. We'll be right back. Don't y'all go nowhere. Oh! I don't know what you come to do. You better clap those hands. I don't know what you come to do. Yeah, hey! Hey! I don't know about you, but I come to clap my hands. 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 Everybody clap your hands. Everybody clap your hands. I can't clap my hands with this water in my hands. Come on. Ooh, I don't know what you come to do. You better come on. Ladies, come here for a second. I need y'all. Hey, hurry up and come up over here. Hey, come on, put your hands together. Come on over here. Hey, I came to my feet. I come to stomp my feet. I come to stomp my feet. I come to stomp my feet. Do you wanna stomp your feet? 'Cause I came to pat my feet. Everybody pat your feet. Come on, y'all. Ooh, I don't know what you come to do. Y'all better come on now. Put those hands together. Hey, I come to lift my hands. I come to lift my hands. I come to lift my hands. I love y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Woo, I know what y'all came to do. Y'all can. Come on. Yes! Woo! Y'all put your hands together. Thank y'all so much and welcome back to the Sandra Show. I am sitting here with author and leadership coach Randy Simmons, and we're going to go into this next segment of our show.
Okay.
It's called No Filter.
Uh-oh.
So y'all, it's time for No Filter. Yes. Now Now, this segment is where our viewers, you, don't hold back. Y'all already know we told you to send in your realest, rawest, most unfiltered questions. And baby, y'all did not disappoint. You delivered. From heartbreak to healing, purpose to pain, today we're pulling back the layers and getting to the truth beneath the surface. So let's get into it. No sugarcoating, no fluff, just real talk, real life, and real answers with a real man.
Come on
Here we
now.
go. Come on
now.
All right, are you ready for this first
I'm
question?
ready. Let's do it.
All right, Tanya is asking, I spent years taking care of my mom who struggled with addiction. And now that she's clean, I don't know how to stop parenting her. How do I build boundaries without feeling like I'm abandoning her all over again?
Ooh. Okay, now. Well, I think this is an interesting question because one thing I had to learn was at a certain age, you can't stop parenting your parents, right? So that's one thing we have to be honest about. But two simple conversations, I think one thing that changed my mindset is having honest and brutal conversations, right? And sometimes people aren't gonna like what you have to say, and sometimes it's gonna break barriers, right? So I think having honest conversations is what's gonna get
Having honest, brutal
conversations.
You said brutal.
Come on now, that's what the book is, brutal, honest
And
truth.
I tell you, oh my goodness, those conversations make me just be like,
They're tough.
whew,
They're
they're
tough.
very hard.
But
we
like
need to
you-
have them, yes.
Yes.
So the best way to do this is to have an honest and brutal conversation. Thank you so
1000%.
much. Let's move on to this next one. It says, let's move on, y'all. My father never told me he loved me, but he paid for everything growing up. Now I find myself in relationships where I only feel loved when somebody provides for me financially, not emotionally. How do I even begin to separate the two?
Ooh, that's a deep one.
It is.
We don't believe you anyway.
I don't know.
Ma'am,
Hey.
we don't believe you.
That's actually deep. I talk a lot about my father in my book, in our relationship. And one thing I had to learn was that it's also his first time being a father, right? It's his first time living his own life. And there's things that I have to understand and give him grace for, right? My father didn't graduate 6th grade. He didn't even have his father in his life, so how did he know how to be a father to me? Right. So I had to get some grace and understand that.
Amen.
And then I would say for how to separate it, you would have to have conversations with your spouse and give them that truth of my father didn't do this. And set boundaries for yourself on, well, I need this type of love. I need you to say I love you. I need these words of affirmation in order to get that through.
And, I've heard in one instance someone said, that's not really my problem. If someone said that, is it time for them to go out of your life? Or do you need to figure that out and kind of sort it out yourself so that you're able to love and be in a relationship?
1000%. I think, one, you have to work on yourself.
Yes.
But also you have to know what a partner is, right? Sometimes a partner, they're there with your weakest points, right? So
Yes.
they're there to strengthen you in parts where you don't know how to strengthen yourself. So you have to
Correct.
understand what type of partner you need. You don't need somebody to lay on, right, and to depend on, but you do need a partner to check you and say,
Correct.
okay, I'm not going to do this, but I will do this.
Yes, I'm with you 100%. Yes, y'all?
Come on now,
All right,
100%.
let's move on to this next question. The next question is, woohoo, the streets taught me loyalty. Now, corporate life feels fake and transactional. How do you keep your integrity in a world where playing the game is rewarded?
Okay, this is a little confusing for me because coming from the streets is the same game as a business game. So the same thing I learned with the selling drugs, the selling guns, the interactions is literally the same thing as business. If there's snakes in the streets, there's snakes on the business side. There's loyal people on the streets, there's loyal people on the business side.
True.
So I kind of don't understand that question of how are you taught loyalty in the streets if that's the same game they're playing? They're just playing it the legal way.
So then maybe that's the answer then. It's pretty much the same
It's the
thing.
same
One is
game.
legal, one is illegal.
It's the same game.
Yes, and not necessarily the streets are illegal because the streets can teach you things without you having to get into illegal transactions. It's just learning how to navigate.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I grew up people say I grew up in the country. I feel like I grew up like close to the streets.
What's the country?
The country is Polk County. Stop it! Don't you just hate my music director? That's kind of where, but I mean, you see people in the streets living that life, having to learn, having to hustle. I never saw anybody like selling. I'm sure they were, but I'm just saying, I didn't see that. But what it taught me was what to do and what not to do. It taught me how to treat people, how not to treat people, being out in the streets. The streets are loyal to a fault. Would you agree to that?
I don't think the streets are loyal to anybody.
No?
No, I mean, if you get to the end of the game, you're either in jail or prison. You gotta get out the game in order to really live. So
what do you define streets as?
I think streets are where you have to find protection outside from an outside source.
Okay.
I think for me, the streets was without my parents, right? Hanging out with people that was on the corner or that was doing dangerous things. That's kind of the streets to me.
Okay.
Being in the hood.
So I feel you on that. We were in different kind of streets. All right, so let's move on to this next question. The next one is, I grew up in the streets and now I run my own business. But when I'm in a room full of professionals, I feel like a fraud. How do I stop shrinking around people with degrees when I built everything I have from the ground up?
Oh, that
is called, what is that textbook name? Yep, imposter syndrome. They got the imposter syndrome.
I think I kind of went through that when I first started my business, actually. It's more of an integrity thing. It's I didn't do this well, for me, I'm gonna speak for me. I didn't do this the legal way at first. So now I'm with a whole bunch of business people and they did it the quote unquote the right way.
Right.
So how do I have a certain conversation? Should I speak as myself or should I code switch real quick? Like, how do I have that interaction? And I think that's just that comes with experience and also confidence, right? What work are you doing for yourself? How are you getting better as a man or woman? Whatever the case may be, but how are you getting better with yourself? And then you can have that confidence to step in a room and have that conversation.
I love that. It all starts from within.
Yeah, it starts from within.
I love that. All right, let's move on.
These are good questions, bro.
These are really good questions. So my brother died by suicide last year. And since then, I've been angry at everyone who told him to stay strong instead of asking how he really felt. How do you forgive a world that teaches men to die in silence?
Ooh, that is a tough question. I'm gonna reread that one.
Go ahead. As they say in church, read.
Read. That's tough. There's a lot of ways you can go about that. For me, from being, thanks to God, I wasn't the brother, but I was in a situation of attempted suicide. So I know how that feels. And sometimes you don't have the confidence to tell people, right? Even if they say stay strong, or even if they check on how you feel and they have the right words, you still tell them you're good even when you're not. So it's not to blame the other people, but it's just to give them grace and understand what your brother was going through and saying, okay, that's the decision he had to make. Okay, how can I heal now? It's my turn to heal.
Yes. Not being mad at the world, but realizing once you do a little research and talk to people, most people who are going to unalive themselves, they're not going to tell you.
Yes.
Those
1,000%.
who tell you, it's a cry for help and they want you to stop them.
Yes.
But those who just do it, they don't.
And it's usually the people that have the smiles on their face for the longest. The people that make the jokes, the comedians, is those type of people that help out everybody else and make them laugh and bring joy to the room where they're suffering inside.
And they're the saddest inside, yes. I do want to ask our producer, if you can, to please put the telephone number on there for the suicide hotline.
Yes.
I don't want to talk about suicide and not give someone a resource to reach out to just in case they may be feeling this way. We want to make sure they get the help that they need. Thank you so much to our producer and to anyone out there who may be feeling this way. Just let us let you know that you are loved and there is life for you.
Yes.
That's going to be joyous. You just got to get over the hump. I got over the hump and I'm still here. So I'm a living witness that that is not the only answer, is to take your life. Absolutely. All right, let's go on to this next question. So I was raised to believe men don't cry. But now, as a father, I see my son struggling with emotions, and I don't know how to teach him what I never learned. How do I break a generational curse that I'm still trapped in?
These are really good questions.
When I tell you.
I was also raised with the men don't cry theory. And I think recently, maybe the past 2 years, I probably cried the most that I've ever cried in the past 20 years.
Did you need permission to cry?
I didn't have a choice.
You didn't have a choice. Okay.
Either it was that or there was another option.
Okay.
You know
was
what
that
I'm
the
saying?
2 to 5?
That was.
Child, cry, ball, cry. Listen, one of my sons, my eldest son, was talking to me, and he'd never cried before, and I was just like, son, if you're hurting, it's okay. Let it out. It doesn't make you less of a man because you're crying. You're hurting.
Yeah.
And he let go. And y'all, I'm telling y'all, he's a stronger, better man today than he was before.
Yes.
Knowing that his emotions would not make him look like he was weak. Because he's a strong, beautiful black man.
Yes.
And he's a father. It's a lot of responsibilities. And life is real. So stop telling our children, our black men, that you should not cry. It's okay. There's strength in tears. You get over it, you get up, you move on.
1000%.
Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Please check out Randy Simmons for the culture. Get us out of here. Thank you.
All right, y'all. Come on. Get up. Let's just scan that QR code at the bottom of your screen. Because we've got so much more exclusive content for you right here only on the Sandra